What's going on, guys? CGG man back here at the title. Today we are tier listing MLB announcers, commentators, whatever you want to call them. Keeping it at only primary commentator and color commentator. I'm not factoring in special guests, i.e. like, I don't know, Jeff Francoeur with the Braves or something along those lines, or like Joe Girardi with the Yankees. I'm only doing their primary commentary teams. If you enjoy this video, you should like, you should subscribe. Not asking for the world out of you, man. What is his? I can't pronounce his last name. It's like Steve Berthume or something like that, and Bob Brenly. Not a bad team. Actually, I could go over our tiers, but I think you can read. I think the Diamondbacks commentary is super solid. My point of reference is the Eugenio Suarez 4-homer game. Go listen to the call of the 4th homer. Absolutely electric. Also, the iconic, like, Ketel Marte, or we know it's Gino. Berthume, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably butchering the hell out of it. But he is very good at his job, and he gets you into it. I don't think he's peak commentary, because in terms of like banter, I like a little banter in my commentary team. I don't think they have that, but in terms of actual calls, one of the best in ball. You know, the Braves might be tough to rank to some people, but not to me. I really love Brandon Gaudin. I think when so I know this isn't baseball related, but when they let him do Madden commentary, I really enjoyed it. I think he's very, very good. Baseball wise, he's also really good, knowledgeable as hell too. And then their primary color commentator is CJ Nitkowski, which, sure, that's cool. I just think they get a really big boost from Brandon Gaudin. They are lucky because Brandon Gaudin's really good at his job, man. I think he's one of the best in baseball as well. Again, it doesn't count like Jeff Francoeur in there, who does color commentary occasionally, or Tom Glavine coming in. He also does some stuff for them. Same with Smoltz. Nope, it's just the primary two. If I factored in Jeff Francoeur, who I really enjoy, if I factored in John Smoltz, if I factored in Francoeur, they'd be going to the top tier. If I factored in John Smoltz, they'd go to the bottom tier. I'm a peak John Smoltz hater, if you really wanted to know. Oh yeah, I can't introduce you to the tiers. It's would rather listen on mute is the bottom one. One part of the pairing I dislike, which means you can have a really good primary commentator, but if I dislike your color commentator, you know what I mean? Hardly notice is like, I'll turn on the game, but I don't notice the commentary team very much. Have yet to form an opinion. There's a couple of teams where it's like I watch their games, but I'm not such a heavy watcher to the point where like I'm familiar with their announced teams. Some teams I really just don't have an opinion on. Then there's super solid, and then there's can make a boring game watchable, which is like the biggest compliment ever. If your team's down 10-0, but your commentary team's still putting on a show, salute. Orioles are simple. Kevin Brown, Jim Palmer. I hardly notice it. They've had some really electric calls before, but overall, in terms of like what I'm listening to, I wouldn't say they're the most noticeable part of the broadcast. That doesn't mean they're bad. It's just like they're good. Don't get me wrong. Kevin Brown is very solid at his job. It's like, I don't know, he's not above and beyond to me. He's just kind of bang on average, which is pretty good. I really want to hate on Dave O'Brien here, but I really don't think I can, man. I'm thinking about the Ceddanne Rafaela walk-off homer that went over the Green Monster. That was such an electric call. Listen, man, I think he called the Ortiz homer too when Torrey Hunter went flipping over the wall like a cartoon character. Dave O'Brien is very good, like very good. And I want to hate because I don't like the Red Sox, but even Melroni as the color commentator is also very good as well. It's tough because, again, I hate the Red Sox, but their commentary team is actually pretty good in my opinion. You know, this might be a hot take, but I have Boog Sciambi as one of the 5 best in baseball in terms of commentators. I just think he's very good. I like his voice. He has it's a projecting voice, which is something you need for commentary, even like radio and stuff, but you know what I mean. And what is it, Deshays as his color commentator, also pretty good. I think the Cubs have a very good broadcast team. When they get electric, they get electric. And Boog is just very good at breaking down the game as well, even as a primary commentator. I really like what the Cubs got. Sure, their team has been stinking it up recently to the point that it's frustrating me, and I'm not even a fan. But yeah, they're in terms of their announced team, I kind of rock with it. The new White Sox commentary team, I have yet to form an opinion on. Really, they used to have Jason Benetti, and then they got rid of him. Benetti's going to be very high on this list, so if you're a fan of the Tigers, stick around. You're going to like to hear that one. In terms of the new commentary, I'm like, I watch some White Sox games. not enough of them to really form an opinion on it. I'm going to be honest with you. Reds have a Sadak, I think is his name now, as their commentary guy. He's another one I've kind of like, I've yet to form an opinion on. They used to have Tom Brenneman. Yeah, Tom Brenneman, man, R.I.P. He's not dead yet, but he's back in commentary, though, I'm pretty sure. He's getting jobs again, so I guess good for him. In terms of the new commentary guys, I just don't really have much to say. They aren't bad. Like I said, it's one of those ones where it's like I've yet to really notice it. They've yet to really blow my mind or, blow the doors off. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning, I believe, is the commentary team for the Guardians. I think they're very good as well. I enjoy it. Their call of the every Jose Ramirez home run, Josie calls him Hosey and stuff like that, and it's pretty fun. I like his voice as well. Yeah, it sticks around with me. If I can remember certain calls as well, that's gonna get you put higher up. You know what I mean? The Rockies, I hardly notice. I don't mind it. I don't dislike it. It's just they're kind of there. Just like the actual Rockies franchise and organization. I don't have beef toward the Rockies. They just kind of exist in my mind, and it's like they're there. Detroit Tigers, Jason Benetti's already getting put in the top. He is just one of the best, in my opinion. When the White Sox let him go, I hated it. I hated it, and it made me mad, and he went to a division rival, which is even funnier. But I like Jason Benetti a lot. He's one of my favorites in the business right now. And he's a guy who can do kind of the both sides thing. Every once in a while, yeah, I like when a team commentator pops for like when their guy hits the big homer. If Lou Bob hits a go-ahead homer in the ninth and he pops for that, that's great. But Benetti will also pop for, any other player, Ellie De La Cruz hitting a home run against the Tigers. He'll pop for that too. Benetti's pretty damn good. Todd Callis and Jeff Bloom, I believe, is the Houston commentary team. Now, listen, my dad effing hates the Astros commentary. I don't mind it. I like the guy's voice. Don't get me wrong. I like my dude's voice, but overall, it's not my least favorite. It's not my favorite. They're just kind of all right to me. Kansas City, this one isn't fair. It's not fair. The reason it's not fair isn't because of the commentators being bad. You know what it is. I don't fucking care about your waterfalls, dog. I don't. I'd rather hear the game clear and concise than make it sound like I'm talking through a walkie-talkie flying through the skies in the 50s. I'm not fucking riding in a B-52 bomber trying to listen to my commander through a walkie-talkie. I can't stand how their commentary sounds. I know some people like it. You can hear the water. Whatever, dude. If you like that, you like that. To me, I can't stand it. It sounds like a broken mic in the P5 party chat. I don't like it. Angels, I actually just watched their game last night. They swept the Dodgers. Dude, the commentator put on a good show. Who was it that broke the game open? I think it was O'Hoppe in the 8th. Hit a go-ahead single. So that was pretty cool. I enjoy that they beat the Dodgers, but man, they popped. And what was his name? I forget what the kid's name was, the center fielder that robbed the home run from Pajes last night as well. That was a pretty damn good call as well. That made for a pretty good call. Overall, I think the Angels have a good announced team. Not a great team, but a good announced team. Shout out to Wayne Randazzo is his name. He gets a big shout out. I'm a fan. And especially when, last night, O'Hoppe hits the single to give them the lead over the Dodgers, and the first thing he says is, "That's the biggest hit of O'Hoppe's career," and I'm just sitting here like, geez, man. It was just a single in an August game in the regular season. Biggest hit of his life, sure, I guess. I was just laughing like hell, like, geez, man, that's the biggest of his career? This might be a hot take. I'm not a Joe Davis guy. I'm not a Joe Davis guy. I like Oral Hershiser. I love Oral Hershiser, man. He knows his shit. But I'm not a Joe Davis guy. I'm just not. His voice is very vanilla to me. And for a team like the Dodgers, one of the best in baseball, I want more than just a vanilla voice. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what Joe Davis is to me. He's kind of like the 500 record of voices in baseball. But the thing is that I notice him too much. Like, he's a talker. He's a talker on broadcast. And I know that's your job, is to fucking talk. You're a commentator. But overall, there's too much Joe Davis too, because even when he's not doing a Dodgers game, he's working for Fox doing a different game. Maybe it's just because it's overexposure, like I used to think about Joe Buck. because Joe Buck used to commentate every big game. But at this point, it's just like, maybe it is overexposure, and I've heard too much of him. But at this moment, I'm not a big Joe Davis guy. Oh, the Marlins broadcast. I watched their series against my Yankees in their broadcast. Like, I listened to their broadcast team. I think when they I haven't formed a real opinion on them. I guess I don't watch enough Marlins games to really form an opinion fully. I think they're okay, but like, again, I haven't watched enough of their games. That's just kind of how I feel. If I haven't watched enough of the games, I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're great commentary when I've watched 10 games all season. You know what I mean? It'd just be unfair. So that's why there's a have yet to form an opinion column. Oh man, the Brew Crew. I've watched a lot of them recently. I don't notice their commentators that much. I don't hate them. I definitely don't hate them. Again, I don't. This row hardly notice in the comment section is probably going to turn into you hate my announce team. I don't. I just don't really notice. You know what I mean? The Brewers are on an absolute hot streak. They are the best record team in baseball by yards at this point. They're gaining ground on everyone else. And yet, it's like their announce team, I'm just like, okay, I don't know. I feel like it's another decent one. That's just kind of all right. Twins got Justin Morneau doing commentary. That's not bad. It's in hardly noticed. I like Justin Morneau on commentary. I think it's fun. In terms of their primary announcer, I'm just like, all right, it's cool. It's definitely cool. You know what? He had a home run. He had the cycle call of Buxton hitting for the cycle. That was pretty good. I can remember that one. I could move him up. I feel like I should make another tier, but at the same time, if I make another tier, then I'm going to have to re-rank the ones that are already there, blah, blah, blah. They're just going to go right there. It's good. Not my favorite, but it's definitely good. Now, this is just peak. This is peak. Listen, I'm a New Yorker. I listen to Mets and Yankees games and watch them all the time, obviously. Bro, Gary Cohen, Ron Darling, Keith Hernandez, that shit is like Braun, Wade, and Bosch, or Mantle, Gehrig, DiMaggio. It's a big three that is just, they beat everyone else. I don't know what else to say. Their banter is better than their commentary. Gary Cohen had a really good call in Pete Alonso's record-breaking home run to take Darryl Strawberry's record. Or was it Darryl's record? I forget who was the leader before. It doesn't really matter. He had a fantastic call. It's out of here. It's out of here. It was terrific. But their banter, bro. When they're talking about things that aren't baseball, they're the most out-of-pocket commentary team as well. Keith Hernandez says some wild-ass shit on broadcast every once in a while, and I love it. Where do I put my Yankees? It's tough because they have such a rotating door of who's calling the games. It's mostly Michael Kay doing primary, but then you mix in like Joe Girardi, Paul O'Neill, what's his name does it, Todd Frazier does it here and there, Jeff Nelson does it when he's not doing Marlins games. Overall, for the Yankees, I'm not a Michael Kay guy like I used to be. There it goes. See, I can only listen to it so many times. His home run for Judge's record-breaking, his 63rd or whatever the hell. It was like, I don't remember the call that much. I remember the home run. I don't really remember the call a lot. And it's not a diss toward Michael Kay again. He's not the worst commentator I've ever heard, but I think maybe I'm just oversaturated. I don't know. I've listened to him too much. Is kind of what I'm getting at, and I think I'm just getting tired of it. He's been the voice of the Yankees since I was a kid. It's the same problem I had with it's kind of the same issue I had with Sterling, except Sterling just went too long. I like John Sterling a lot when he was in his prime. Unfortunately, I wasn't really alive. No. But like it's the same issue that I was having where it was just like it's been too many years. I kind of want to mix up. Their new radio guy even sucks. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of him either. I know he's the Mariners' old announcer. I don't like it either way. Overall, just Michael Kay is very vanilla to me, and I'm just not a fan. People are not going to like this. But I think I'm going to have Jenny Cavnar up here. I don't dislike her. I know a lot of people dislike her. All right. If you dislike her, have your own opinion, whatever. If you genuinely enjoy that video of the guy who, like, does parody of the commentary team and like he makes the facial emotions, and you know who I'm talking about on TikTok. You know who I'm talking about if you follow baseball like that. He like pretends to do the commentary for it and he like moves his head dramatically. If you enjoy that guy's content, brother, mirror check. That's all I'm going to say about that one. In terms of the A's broadcast, I like Dallas Braden a lot. I really do enjoy Dallas Braden. And overall, Jenny's voice isn't bad. For like 80% of the game, it's pretty good. Every once in a while when like there's a big pop moment, like a big home run, yeah, she'll boot it here and there. But she's still relatively young in the commentary game. And I think everyone's booted a call before here and there. Like, we talk about her being a terrible announcer. But you guys must remember, what is it? Ravello, hello, take a trot. That was an awful... Oh, God, I know you guys remember that one. That was the funniest call of all time. Take a trot. The Phillies got John Kruk, which automatically moves them up. Sometimes Kruk is very slanted. Like, if the other team scores, he'll be like, oh, on broadcast. It's hilarious to me. I don't mind John Kruk. He's an absolute clown. Their primary commentator, McCarthy, I don't think is that bad either. He's just like good, but having John Kruk in there as well, it becomes like, it goes from like this is a serious baseball game to this is a fun baseball game with some laughing going on as well. Crucky's just fun. The Pirates I've yet to form an opinion on. I like the clear the deck call. I don't mind it. I've definitely heard his voice a bunch of times before, but I definitely don't think I have like an official, like, this is how I feel about him. I definitely don't mind the call. He has like a higher pitched voice. It's more nasally, which I don't mind. But overall, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, it's the Pirates. I try not to watch many of their games regularly anyways, and when I am forced to watch it, their broadcasters don't make that much of an impression on me. This is another one that's kind of basic, but Don Orsillo gets moved up top. Orsillo is one of those guys that doesn't usually boot the call when there is a big moment. He hits it. The other day, he had a bad one. I forget who it was. He had a stinker with, I forget whose home run it was. I can't remember. It was a go-ahead. Either way, I think he's decent, like really, really good. And then their color commentator's not bad either. But Orsillo is one of the best in the business. His pop calls and like the big moments, he makes you feel the big moments. He has that projecting voice that I said I liked before. Orsillo's one of the best in the biz. Dwayne Kuiper, big fan. Big fan. Sorry, I had to go shut the door. There was some noises outside. Kuiper is one of the best as well. His voice, it is out of here. It's one of the best. One of the best, plain and simple. And the call for Pat Bailey's inside the park home run. It sucks that the team is terrible right now because he is one of the best in the business. Like I said, it just sucks that team is god-awful and almost unwatchable for me right now. I mentioned Patrick Bailey's inside the park home run to win the game. He's been god-awful as a hitter this entire season. We watched him 2 days ago strike out 3 times in a row and think he took ball 4 on all 3. You're the catcher and you don't know the strike zone when you're hitting. I don't know. Minor gripes. Kuiper's one of the best in the business. He's just electric. I don't like the Mariners announcer. I think he's too high-pitched. I don't like it. It sounds like his voice is cracking sometimes, and a voice crack's never hurt nobody, but it's definitely like, eh. It's too high-pitched and kind of nasally to me. I'm just not that much of a fan of it. It's not the worst I've ever heard. Like, if I'm ranking the bottom 4, the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Mariners, and the Royals, I'd say the Mariners have the most listenable one. But it's just too high-pitched. I don't know. I guess I'm just not a fan. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan. Cardinals commentary, it's there. It's there. It sounds like, I don't know how to describe it. It sounds like the most masculine one. They got like Chip Correa's got a good voice for commentary. Otherwise than that, it's like it's a fine commentary squad. Again, it's the Cardinals, which is another team where it's like I'm not really watching all that often. But when I do watch, I don't notice the commentators too much. It's not like they're butchering calls. The Rays is another team that I've yet to really form an opinion on. I don't mind it. I think the best thing the Rays announcer ever did was the same Ceddanne Rafaela walk-off that went over the monster. Wow. Red Sox win 5-4. It was hilarious. It was the most petty call I've ever heard. Wow. Red Sox win 5-4. It killed me. What was his name? Dwayne something. I forget what his name is. Hilarious call. Overall, I don't notice him too much. It's just kind of, it's hilarious. He's got a nasally voice too, but I don't know. Some of his calls are just hilarious to me. You know, I don't mind the Rangers and out. He's another one with a high-pitched voice, so I could put him lower because it is kind of more high-pitched. But it's not my least favorite, I guess. I don't know. I listened to Rowdy Tellez's go-ahead homer the other day, and I was like, that's a decent call. I'm the guy that watches walk-offs just to see the home announcer and the away announcer. I like listening to both POVs because they're both, it's so different emotionally, and I just keep remembering the Rays walk-off homer with Ceddanne Raffaello. Wow. The Rangers announcer isn't that bad, all things considered. He's noticeable. He's got more nasally voice, which some I do mind, some I don't mind. He's one of the ones where I'm like, all right, it's not bad. This one's a travesty. Dave Shulman has one of the best voices in baseball. Projecting voice, deeper voice, one of the best, more memorable. But then he's got Buck Martinez sitting next to him. And, oh, I'm sorry, I know it's one part of the pairing I dislike, but Buck Martinez, to me, I don't enjoy it. I actually actively hate Buck Martinez's voice. I can't, and I know now I got a whole country mad at me. I could have put him in have yet to form an opinion. No, I have. I don't like Buck Martinez. That's the one thing that holds me back from listening to their broadcast more often. If they just let Dave Shulman go a full 2.5 hours, however long the game is, by himself, oh my God, it's up here. Dave Shulman is fantastic. Buck Martinez makes me want to drive my car into a fucking tree. I don't like it. All right, I don't. I don't. I could have just played, you know, I don't want to make a country mad, so let me just fence it. But no, I have to plant my flag in the ground, and I'm standing here. I cannot stand Buck Martinez's voice. It is nasally.
Ow, Jordan Romano on for the save.
I can't stand it. It sounds like his nose is plugged. I don't like it. And then finally, the Nationals commentary that I don't really have an opinion on. I don't think their home run calls are bad. Like, I watch a lot of James Wood highlights, so you're going to get... Or I watch a lot of Abrams and James Wood highlights, so you're going to hear some of the announcer, Carpenter. Not bad. Not bad. I don't dislike it. I don't love it. It's just kind of... It's there. It's not bad. I could put them at one lower, but at the same time, I don't listen to their full games. I mostly just listen to, like, home run calls and stuff like that. So it's kind of slanted. You know what I mean? I'm listening to only the big pop moments and not the in-between innings, because that matters. How you banter and how you talk, that matters a lot. And, you know, I saw somebody ask the question the other day, what are teams that you just couldn't give an F about? Like, you just don't care? And the Nationals are that team for me. They won their 2019 World Series, but the entirety of the 2020s for me with Nationals has been like, they exist. That is all for this video. If you enjoyed, you should like and subscribe. Let me know where you agree. Let me know where you disagree. If you're Canadian, I'm sorry. I love my Canadian brethren, as long as you're not French Canadian. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Either way, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to catch you again. See you guys in the next one.